A Republican Senate candidate endorsed by former President Donald Trump is blaming his intern after his work email was linked to an adult profile that was looking for some gay fun. According to the Associated Press, Ohio Republican Bernie Moreno's work email was used to register an account on Adult Friend Finder all the way back in 2008, which had sought men for one-on-one sex. So, a little bit of,
sexual anarchy.
having a little fun. Nothing wrong with that at all. Okay, nothing wrong with that. In fact, the profile with the username Nardo19672 said, "Hi, looking for young guys to have fun with while traveling." Fun times, right? Now, Moreno's lawyer told the AP that an intern had created that account as part of a prank. Juvenile prank, even. And even provided a statement allegedly written by said intern that took responsibility for the profile. In fact, the alleged intern wrote, "I am thoroughly embarrassed by an aborted prank I pulled on my friend and former boss, Bernie Moreno, nearly 2 decades ago." The AP did confirm that someone with access to Moreno's email account created that profile, but could not definitively confirm whether it was created by Moreno himself or the alleged intern. Now, why do I keep saying alleged intern? Well, it turns out this person is named Dan Ricci. So now Moreno's lawyer provided a statement from this person who said he created the account as part of, again, this juvenile prank, right? Now, the AP, however, could not independently confirm Ricci's statement, and he didn't immediately respond to messages left for him on multiple phone numbers listed to him. So that seems a little sus. I mean, you can't reach the guy, but you have an alleged note from him, but can't actually reach him or talk to him. That's very, very strange. Not only that, but again, this account has some personal information in it. It not only references Moreno's first name, Bernardo, as well as his birth year of 1967, but also contains his geolocation data, which had indicated that the account was set up for use in a part of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, where property records show Moreno's parents owned a home at the time. That's very interesting indeed. Now, that said, Helder Rosa, a former vice president for Bernie Moreno Companies, said Ricci was an intern in November of 2008, and that people in such roles did have duties that included checking email. Okay, sure. But here's the thing about that. This intern, you would think that if they were doing this kind of prank, wouldn't you be fired for doing that? I guess unless you're like personal friends, right? But still, I don't know. What kind of intern uses your personal data and work email to play a gay prank on you? It's weird. It's very weird and super, super immature, right? If that's the case. But when you look into this further, it gets more suspicious because it turns out that Moreno used to be a lot more pro-LGBTQ rights. His companies were actually included on a list of Ohio businesses that were in favor as recently as 2020 of a law banning discrimination against LGBTQ plus people in Ohio. So he used to be, again, pro-gay rights. Now, all that changed in 2021 when he decided to run for Senate. He distanced himself from that position, went 180 degrees. In fact, during his current Senate campaign, Moreno started accusing advocates for LGBTQ rights, which he used to be, of advancing a quote-unquote radical agenda of indoctrination. Wait, so are you saying that you used to be part of this radical agenda of indoctrination? Because you were in favor. Just saying. Now, he was also endorsed by the Ohio Value Voters, a group that opposes gay rights, including same-sex marriage, and his campaign social media accounts have went after his opponents, Ohio Secretary of State Frank LaRose and State Senator Matt Dolan as supporters of, quote unquote, a radical trans agenda. Ah, yes. The radical trans agenda of allowing trans people to live their lives in peace. Wow. Radical. Radical. But it gets even more suspicious. You see, last month it was revealed that Moreno had deleted several anti-Trump media posts after receiving the former president's endorsement in his Ohio Senate race. Back in 2016, he said, "There's no scenario in which I would support Trump," accusing him of stoking hatred and fear and exploiting people's worst emotions. He also criticized Trump as recently as 2021, when he wrote that the then president deserved, quote, lots and lots of blame for the January 6th Capitol riot. Right there, that is why I find this entire "it was the intern" story very suspicious. I don't believe him. I'm not buying it. All these different turns and attempts to scrub anti-Trump comments, as well as backing away from his pro-LGBTQ plus positions, as soon as he tried to run for office, that tells you a lot. But no, apparently I'm all past all this stuff now, and I'm a completely different person. Really? Oh, and by the way, I never had a gay adult friend finder account ever. I was not looking for adult friends at all. No, wasn't me. It's my intern. He was just playing a prank on me. Right. Okay. Sure. That we can't conveniently contact at all. Right. Oh.
Really?
It makes all the sense in the world. No. This guy is a great example of being a swampy piece of crap. Okay? Turning his back on his previous positions in order to get political power. That's what this guy seems to be all about. And that, again, that's not even addressing whether or not he's gay or bi. It doesn't matter to me personally. I don't care about your orientation, but what I do care about, though, is if you do happen to be gay or bisexual, turning your back on the LGBTQ plus community in order to amass political power is incredibly gross. Just to grab that little bit of power, willing to turn your back on the community and stuff yourself in a closet. Is it really worth it? Is it really worth it? I don't think so. I think it's incredible and incredibly disgusting if that happens to be the case. Nothing wrong with being gay, nothing wrong with being bisexual. But there is something wrong with turning your back on your identity, who you are, in order to gain the favor of some of the most hateful and disgusting people alive and imaginable. That, there's no coming back from that one.